Well, hello. Just taking a second here to go over a neat little thing that I found on the anti-social media machine this morning. It was shared by a very strong Christian friend of mine on here, and it was a neat little thing. It's talked about an individual who's a friend of a person and this individual is alcoholic. And this alcoholic says that when I show up to church late, everybody looks at them and scowls at them. And this fella says that he gets the message. He gets the message that he's inferior, he's not as dedicated as they are, etc., etc., etc. But then he says, when I'm late to AA, the meeting immediately stops. And everybody gets up and goes to him and greets him, hugs him, and loves on him. Because, he showed up late. But if you show up late, there's always that chance you might not even have showed up at all. And by showing up, even though you're showing up late, you show and they see that you need them and their fellowship more than you need the drink. Now that's kind of a transliteration of the thing there. I've got it on this camera, but the problem is it's on this phone that's now acting as a camera. So it's not like I've got it right before me. But anyway, it's a very profound statement, and the advice given from the source from which this Christian friend pulled this thing from was Christians should read that twice. Yeah, Christians should read that twice. When I read this, you know what I immediately thought? I mean, immediately. It went back to another snippet that's been on this anti-social media machine for longer than this little snippet here. And this little snippet was an individual, they showed up at church, and they committed the unpardonable sin. They didn't turn off their phone before the services start. And so here we go, let's go to the Lord in prayer. And wouldn't you know, at that moment, during that moment of prayer, the phone went off. And of course, everybody looked at him, stared at him, stared holes through him, and stared and glared at him throughout the entire service, pretty much. The guy left church, and he was tore up about this. He was so tore up about it, he went to a bar. He was so tore up about this incident. Not only did he go to a bar, but when he got there at the bar, he bellied up to the bar, he ordered a drink. He was so tore up over that he spilled the drink that they served him. The response from the folks at the bar? Pleasant. No worries. Just don't worry about it. They dove onto the opportunity to clean up the mess after him. They didn't demand that he do anything, and they replaced his drink, and nothing was said about it. The final score on that one, number of times the guy went back to that church, 0. Number of times the guy went to that bar, back to that bar, it's where he's been going ever since. Like I said, that was the first thing that I thought of, that little giblet right there. So it's not just that one person, God's people. It's other people telling you that sometimes things might not go right in the service, so you need to have a little bit more grace with people, because you never know. If you are the final straw they're holding on to, that breaks.